What's up, world? It's your boy Sonic King Fit back, man. And you can see that my legs look a little different now. And I'm about to tell you and show you how I built my legs, or I've been building my legs, I should say, despite having a torn meniscus. I'll tell you now, number one, it's not easy to do, and two, it's painful. But if you're willing to endure the pain and do those workouts, you can still get results. But you don't have to think about getting under like a squat rack or a squat bar to build legs. It's just something that they promote in social media. You can do it with other exercises. And so that's what I learned. That's what we're gonna talk about. How to build legs without using some of the main compound movements. Like, you don't have to use a barbell back squat. You don't have to use a front squat. You don't even have to do a split squat. There's really just 3 leg exercises that you can do if you have a significant injury like I do, to still build your legs. So you guys sit back, enjoy the video. And yeah, I've been really working at this because, I've kind of been depressed with this leg. And I just started to just say, you know what, forget it. Just go after it anyway and just deal with the pain. So, but you can probably see the atrophy a little from this leg to this leg. This is the injured leg, so I don't quite have the definition so much in this leg like I have in this leg. So, but the pump that I had this morning when I was doing legs is kind of gone, so can't really see a lot there. But, I've been definitely doing a lot of legs lately, so, definitely been helping me build. Flexibility is great. And yeah, pain level's down. It's like it's a 2 or a 1 now, so it's been great. So you guys sit back, enjoy the video, drop a like, drop a comment, tell me what you think about the exercises. Sonic King Fit, man. Check it out.
What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Sonic King Fit, man. And I'm back with another video. Been kind of on a hiatus, but I want you guys to know that building legs is very difficult, and it's extremely difficult if you are managing an injury. Here in this video, you're seeing me do a belt squat movement. And I will be honest with you, this, in my opinion, not just because I have a leg injury, but because of that, how it builds your quads and how it can build your hams and glutes. It is one of the best leg exercises I have done. And it's very simple. You just squat down with the belt, and you can grab that handle if you need to, like I'm doing right there, and it will build your legs. And it is just that simple. And it is a very low risk of injury because you have the handle right there to bring yourself back up. And I love this exercise because of the safety that you gain from it, and not just that, the fact that it builds so well, and it builds your legs so well. I love this movement, and I will swear by this movement, and I will do this movement until the day that I die. I am not kidding. The belt squat, I've been I have been hoping that the gym that I was going to would get one, and they finally did. I've seen other gyms that have a belt squat, and I've done it, and I've loved it, but it was just not a gym that I was going to, so I just had to let it go. And I struggled with the barbell back squat because of the barbell and because of the leg issue that I've been having. So I've kind of geared away from using the back squat or front squat. But the belt squat, it's a saving exercise for your body because it saves you with the strenuous movement on the top half of your body, and it puts all the strain in your legs, which is what you want. And when you grab that handle to handle that load when you're squatting down, it just makes it so much better for you to be able to do it and feel safe about it and not worrying about, am I going to get hurt when I squat down? So for all of you guys who love the back squat and you think this is a weak exercise, that's fine. But for people like me, who maybe one day I'll be able to get back to back squatting, this exercise, the belt squat, is just as effective, if not more effective. Since I've recorded this video, I've still been doing this exercise, and my legs have really, really changed in the major way, in the best way, because I'm hitting a lot of high volume workouts with this movement, the belt squat. And so my legs have significantly changed. And pretty much my pain level in the meniscus has gone from like 2 on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst and 1 being the least. It went from a 2 to a 1. And I mean, I'm barely feeling the injury now. My walking is back to 100% normal. And so for all you guys who think that you need surgery to correct an injury, honestly, I think unless it's a fracture, you probably don't need it. Now, I'm just saying that speaking for myself. Maybe if somebody had like a pec tear or something that may require surgery or what. But anything, any kind of strain or, for me, it's a meniscus. It's not too major, but you do feel it. I definitely felt my injury when I ruptured it or tore it or whatever I did. But honestly, guys, I feel close to 100% since, pretty much rehabbing it myself. And the one thing I will tell you about the meniscus, if you're trying to rehab it and if you're going to do it yourself, the one exercise I will gear you away from doing and hope that you don't do it, don't do leg extensions. Number one, I think that's how I hurt my meniscus. And number two, when I was already kind of rehabbing it, I got back on it and it made it worse. So that for me, let me know that the leg extensions, I probably won't do those ever again. And I'm not saying you shouldn't do them, but I know I won't. Because I don't think I really need the leg extensions. You just really need some sort of squat. And I've been see me moving on to the hip thrusting for your glutes and your secondary hamstrings inside your legs. But the hip thrusting is good. But back to what I was saying, how you really don't need the leg extensions. All you really need is a squat. And you need, for me, was the leg press. And we'll get to that here in a minute. But the hip thrust is a good one too as well. Because if you're not hip thrusting, guys, and I know a lot of guys say, well, that's for girls. Be honest with you guys. It's hard to have a good squat if you don't have good hips. You need to have strong hips to have a good squat. And so once I started hip thrusting, my squat got a little bit better. So I want you to bear in mind that if you're not hip thrusting or doing some kind of hip movement, you're not going to have good leg workouts because you need to have strong hips to be able to handle strong squats and things of that nature. So and what I'm really trying to say is you need strong hip flexors. You don't have strong hip flexors, you probably won't be able to squat very much, and you're probably not going to be able to deadlift very much. So make sure you're always strengthening your hip flexors, guys. That's exactly what this truly is. I'm just strengthening my hip flexors. And people wonder what hip flexors are. Hip flexors is what allow you to walk up the stairs as vigorously as you want. And without strong hip flexors, you may feel your hips begin to burn, even though you may have strong legs. So when I used to run track back in high school, I would always feel my hip burning after I would be done with one of my workouts. If I was doing like a 200-meter sprint or something like that, after I would stop running, my hips would start burning. And I never understood what it was. And my coach used to tell me, you've got a hip flexor strain, or your hip flexors aren't strong enough. But he never informed me what to do about it. So I just bared with the injury. But if I had known something like this with the hip flexors, strengthening your glutes, this could have been an easy injury to overcome. I'm talking about in a day or two. But yet I had it for weeks. Now, I was 17 at the time, but this is why it's important to work out. Because if I was working out up to this point, maybe I would have known what to do. Or maybe I may have never had the injury at that particular point. So it's important to understand your body. And now that we have, the innovation of things like YouTube, which is what we're on right now, I can look up things to help my hips get stronger, things to make my knees stronger. So, but we didn't have that back then. We're talking, almost 30 years ago. But at the end of the day, you have to think about for yourself, what can I do to be stronger for myself as we move on to the leg press. And so now you see me warming up. I'm doing, this is the bad leg with the meniscus that I'm using. So what I'm doing is I'm just warming up my leg with 1.5 plates on the meniscus side and trying to get my hips are pretty strong at this point. So you can see me, I'm kind of handling that weight pretty easy. And it does feel very, very comforting to know that I'm doing this with an injury. So I did maybe like 6 or 7 sets of this, but I wanted to make sure that doing the leg press, I know a lot of people tell you you're not supposed to extend fully on it. If you have strong hips, it kind of is okay for me. And I've noticed that for myself. If you have strong hips, extending fully on the leg press doesn't really bother you. And it doesn't bother me at all. So always make sure you have strong hips, man. And now you know why the girls are always doing, glute drive and a few other exercises along with squats, because it makes their hips strong. Not only does it build their legs, it makes their hips strong. So guys, don't be scared to make your hips strong, because in the long run, it's beneficial more for you anyway. And there's nothing wrong with having a fully functional body. And now that in my opinion, I've developed some decent legs, you guys might see me get back to back squatting or front squatting. I've never even done front squatting, but I might try it because I feel like my legs are really, really strong. And so I think I can probably just walk up under a barbell and do a 2-plate squat right now, no training, no warm up, and be comfortable. And maybe even get up to a 3-plate squat because of the belt squat. So, and then throwing the leg press in, I'm doing up to 5 and 6 plates now. I'm not sure what that equates to, because I just think the leg press is I think it's just more for like personal growth. Nothing that really says your legs are that strong, because you can see a lot of people do a lot of plates on the leg press and they really can't squat for anything. I know we've all seen it. So I think doing leg press is more for your mental growth and how much you can actually handle with the range of motion, because a lot of people can move the plates but can't get the range of motion. And you can see me using the range of motion there with 2 plates on each side. But if you're going to do leg press, make sure you're comfortable with what you're doing. If you're not comfortable with it, you probably should go a little lighter, because it's easy to get hurt on it and it's easy to get a strain, because the leg press is not a natural movement for your body, because your body doesn't naturally fold your knees and your hips don't go down. So that's what leg press is. You're actually just folding your knees, but your hips aren't going down. It's 100% impossible to fold your knees and not drop your hips. Can't do both. Or you have to do both, I should say. But when you do a leg press, you're only doing one. So that's why you need to have strong hips. And as your hips will get stronger, of course, your leg press will go up. So this is probably my best leg workout I've ever done. It's really giving me the confidence to really feel like I can build my legs, because once again, I've never had legs, and now that I really feel like I'm getting them, I feel really strong with the legs that I'm getting, and I'm only getting stronger. And not just that, I'm doing this, I'm building my confidence is sky high right now, because I'm doing this with an injury. So I feel great. If you guys want to try to build legs and you're struggling with building legs, I'm going to be honest with you, starting off with a belt squat probably couldn't be a better idea for that. Because if you're trying to start off with a back squat and you've never done legs, I'm telling you, it's a big chance you might get hurt. A barbell back squat is probably the most difficult compound movement to probably gain control over or to maintain without getting some sort of injury or some sort of strain or discomfort. And I'm not saying working out should be pain-free, because obviously going through the pain is part of building your body. But if you don't have to, and there's still a way to build just as much, I would take that route. If I knew what I knew about the belt squat now, I would never get up under a barbell until I think I could probably easily squat 2 to 3 plates, no problem. But since I did, and I got hurt, not necessarily got hurt, but I definitely caused a little bit of discomfort, I might not get back up under a back squat until I can actually confidently get up under 2.5, 3 plates and not think twice. So, but my legs have gotten so much stronger now that, you know, I'm doing a lot more for my body with my form, with my pull-ups. My form with my pull-ups is a lot more strict because my quads are tight and my glutes are tight when I'm doing pulls and my toes are pointed. I'm basically doing perfect form pull-ups. So your legs will do so much for your body. You know, people talk about that it's the foundation for building. That's true. You know, but don't forget the rest of your body. Our bodies are like one big unit. People do leg day or, you know, back day or chest day. I fully 100% believe that you should do your body every day. If you got the time, you should do full body every day. And if you do, you'll reap the benefits more. So, but I know a lot of people feel like, you know, you need to rest certain body parts. But, you know, there's people locked up in prisons around the world who work out 7 days a week because they got nothing else to do. And sometimes when these guys get out, you can see their bodies look incredible. And we all know that they're probably not on the best diet plan sitting in a prison cell. So what attributes that physique? Well, we know it's not the food, right? They're getting plenty of rest, and if they work out every day, why does their body look like that? It's because they keep pushing their limits. So guys, don't ever be scared to push your limits, you know, because pushing your limits will only give you more results. Now, I'm not telling you to hop up under a barbell and try to hit 405 on a squat. Understand where you're at when it comes to working out before you decide to push your limits. Just keep that in mind. So none of this stuff is easy, but everything is attainable. So you just have to keep pushing your limits. You know, I didn't start pushing 6 plates yesterday. I've been working my way up to that. Now I'm over to the leg curl. This has probably been one of the more significant exercises to help me get the rotation and the feeling back in my leg, because I really don't have that explosive leg side-to-side agility that I used to have because of the meniscus. But this has kind of been helping me getting that back. So it's kind of boring to see me do it, but it helps a lot. And so if you're battling a meniscus injury, this is something I would recommend you do, something like the leg curl, because this will actually give you that strength when you need your knees to kind of be able to handle that load when you're squatting down. There's a lady at my job, and she's had a meniscus injury. And I said, "What happened to your leg?" She goes, "Oh, it's a meniscus." I said, I battled back from that. She said, "You did?" I said, "I did." I said, and here's what I told her. I said, the medical world wants you to seek medical advice and medical surgery to solve this problem. I said, but if you start working out your legs, I said, this injury will likely go away on its own. But you have to take action. Otherwise, you'll just be in pain all the time. And so I was just honest with her. And I'm being honest with you guys. Some people believe that if you go to the medical world, they'll have the answers. I fully believe that if you just take action, you can heal yourself. I'm not saying you can heal yourself from like a broken fracture that's a bone. I'm talking about tendons and muscle tissue and strains. So never be scared to test yourself, man. At the end of the day, that's the true message in all of this. Don't be scared to test yourself to see what you can do. And you're going to have to accept the fact that you're going to be a little scared when you try something like this. Trust me, guys, I was not secure. I was not comfortable with the fact that I was working out with an injured leg. And when I first started, I wasn't comfortable with it at all. I thought I might make it worse. But I had to figure out what was causing the pain, eliminate what was causing the pain, and continue to do what was making it feel better. And the leg curl was making it feel better. The hamstrings, what you see me doing now, was making it feel better. And I had to eliminate the leg extensions. That was the one exercise that was causing me more pain. So I stopped doing it. But the belt squat has definitely made it feel better, even though when I first started using it, I could tell it was causing me a little bit of pain, but the pain was good. It was a strain of my leg getting stronger, but it was also the strain of my patellar tendon feeling like it might give, but it didn't give. So it was a good feeling. I'm glad I endured it, and I'm glad I can do belt squat. And even though I'm not pictured doing it in this video, I can get up to 3 plates on the belt squat machine now. So, and I remember when I first started it, 1 plate and 1.5 plate was tough. But now that I've built my hips and now I've got quads, 2 plates is what I warm up with, and I get to 3 plates and I'm doing 6 to 8 reps. And I tell you, this stuff feels really, really good on your legs.